Hey, it's 3:30, I can't sleep. This is not a flattering picture of the creator's video, and I wanted to do a stitch with the creator's video, but I'm not allowed to, so I figured I'd do a still shot and promote this creator's video. The creator is tagged in the description below. The video is about how customers, I refuse to call them patrons or guests or whatever the buzzword is now they make you use, tend to blame the workers for decisions the corporations make. Decisions we have no say in, certainly, and we definitely don't benefit from these decisions. If anything, our job is made worse. I thought with the advent of the internet and with Trump shining a big ass orange light on the shadow that used to be big business, that people wouldn't act like this, but who am I kidding? So that video from that creator, again, check out the creator's work, prompted me to tell a story I've been sitting on for a few decades. When I first moved into Boston, I worked for a local Boston coffee chain. If you came into Boston after 1996, you have no idea this place ever existed. Their offices were actually located right above the historic Steaming Kettle in downtown Boston, and I actually trained there, which is probably the only cool memory I have of working at that place, because they were in the process of being completely taken over by, let's say, Mega Super Corporation Coffee. I was hired to work at the local coffee chain's Charles Street location, and by the time I worked there, they were already flanked by two mega coffee shops within walking distance. So their presence was always felt. As I worked there through the winter and most of the spring, Mega Super Corporation Coffee made an announcement that they were taking over the local chain completely, removing the local chain's identity and infuriating all the regular customers. As a way to placate the customers, they said, "Oh, we'll still sell local chain coffee at the stores that we took over." This, of course, was a blatant lie. Blatant because, again, you don't know anything about this local chain. Their coffee no longer exists. But even at the time, even as this was happening, a manager told me, yeah, no, we're not going to do that. In fact, we were instructed to blend and serve both local chain coffee and Super Mega Corporation coffee to customers, offering them the choice of either light or dark. Dark always meant the Super Mega brand, and because people are cheap, they were always going to choose dark. I pointed out how dishonest this seemed, and the chewing out I got, I think I would have gotten less flack if I had spilled hot coffee intentionally onto a manager's lap. At this point, the backlash was being felt by us, by those who were up front serving the coffee every day. The place I worked at was particularly toxic and reminds me that before the term Karen came to be, there were always people feral with their entitlement. Clearly, I had already gotten my fill of customer complaints for things I had no involvement in by the time this person walked up to the register I was working at and completely unloads on me. "I can't believe you would destroy an institution like this, and people's lives revolve around this place, and how could you be so callous as to just throw it away?" And so on and so forth. I had enough. I looked at him straight in the face and said, "Gee, I'm sorry, it seemed like a good idea at the time. I said go with it." And this guy, who clearly could have called me out for this smart-ass behavior, didn't miss a beat and just kept on going. "Well, yeah, but you have to understand the people who live here." I got a pass. I didn't say anything else. I just took the guy's order, probably for a frappuccino or something. Probably not that. This was way before coffee fraps were a thing. And he left, and I never forgot that. So thanks for listening. Check out the creator's content. I tagged them in the description, and consider subscribing to me and that creator, and maybe I'll see you next time.